Last night, I got really hyped up after Kyle Shanahan went on KMBR and basically said that Dominick Puni is the San Francisco 49ers starting right guard. Now, he wasn't asked directly about it. He just kind of said it to defend the decision to go put out Brock Purdy in that particular preseason game against the Saints, and basically saying, like, we had starters out there. We had our starting right guard, our starting center, our starting right tackle. And so you're like, wait, did he just call Dominick Puni his starting right guard? Well, not only did Kyle Shanahan say that, but you had John Lynch go on KMBR this morning, and he said Dominick Puni has earned the starting right guard spot, basically doubling down on what Kyle Shanahan had to say. I'm going to play a little clip of what Kyle said last night, and then I'll roll that into what John Lynch said this morning. 49ers fans, we have a starting right guard. Wow, this feels great. Take a listen to what they had to say right here on KVR.
We like the reps that Brock got. He was excited to play. He was in there with possibly our two starting tackles, our starting center, our starting right guard, and Banks was down.
John, the only thing that kind of caused people to have a little lump in their throat with Brock Purdy was him playing behind the non-starting offensive line for the most part and getting chased around a little bit. Do you guys do you have a little regret about putting him out there in that situation? How did you evaluate it?
Yeah, I didn't. I think first of all the motivation came from Brock. He wanted to get out there. He wanted to be a part of the operation. I think probably from last year, not having an opportunity to play in the preseason. You want to knock off that rust, and there at some point, guys, you got to get ready. It's a challenge to play in the NFL, and you can't play scared. You gotta go. And I think back to my day, we used to play a lot of preseason. I remember my first preseason game lining up, and there was John Elway, probably at 34 years old, he's out there. And Dan Marino was in the second, and Jim Kelly in the third. So, I think everybody is so, and I get it, everybody is so concerned. And Brock was behind our starting. Colton McKivitz was lining up. Puni, who has really earned that role to this point. Brindell was in there. Zakels was at left guard because Banks is out. And then Jalen Moore has really acquitted himself well. So it was a bummer as the game got closer. Some of the skill guys kind of got nicked up, and so he was out there. But Brock wanted to be out there. We felt safe with him out there with the offensive line, and I think he got great value out of it. So I know a lot of people examine that, but we'll never play scared. We always try to play smart, and we made a calculated decision, and he got better from it.
Well, again, last night I made a big deal about what Kyle Shanahan said. I thought it was pretty important, and was the first time he's ever referred to Dominick Puni as a starter. But again, it was it could have been a slip, it could have been, so it's kind of like, okay, he did say that, but is it confirmed? Are we really rolling with this? And to be able to have John Lynch come on and be like, yeah, he's earned this job. It says a lot. And I know I've seen some of the comments like, well, who else is going to start? Feliciano's going to have surgery. Burford broke his hand. So yeah, of course he's going to start, but that's not what we're looking at. We're not looking at Dominick Puni as starting as a de facto guy. Like, he's earned this job. And it's important to remember that although Jonathan Feliciano is out now, he did return to practice at one point, and Dominick Puni did not move off that starting spot. It was Feliciano who was backing up Puni, and then Feliciano took more of an active role of actually rotating with the center with the ones more so than the right guard. So it appears that this isn't just a situation where it's like, oh, Feliciano's out, so they just gave it to Puni. No, Feliciano came back to practice for a couple days, and he did not rotate with the ones at right guard. It was Dominick Puni all the way, and it has been since the first day of pads. Dominick Puni has not rotated with anyone at right guard. So that's your indication that not only, yes, did he get there due to injury, but he has locked down that spot since, and he's earned that right. So this is a huge development for the 49ers already. Pretty solid rookie draft class. The fact that you've already determined a starter from this group, especially at a position that kind of had a log jam with Spencer Burford and Feliciano. And obviously things had to happen for him to get that opportunity early on, but he took advantage of it. And now he is the San Francisco 49ers starting right guard. And like I've said, and like I've done on my film breakdowns, he's earned it. He has absolutely earned it. His play on the field speaks for itself. It's not a fluke. He is really a talented offensive lineman. So this is phenomenal for we know a lot of people were calling for offensive line to be drafted, weren't super thrilled with the offensive lineman in the third, but guys, that offensive lineman in the third is a real gem. So really, really like this. If you want to see for yourself, I'll link my film breakdown of Dominick Puni against the Saints. Really a phenomenal performance. And you can kind of get a better feel for my in-depth look into Puni. So you can find that linked in the description below. But let me know what you guys think. Dominick Puni, your starting right guard for this season, probably for the future. Let me know what you're thinking about this in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.